Shut up and sit down.
I'm Alex of All Trades, and this is the Sunday Book Circle. Today I'm talking about House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. So I've actually had the honor of meeting Danielewski when he was doing book signings and readings for The Familiar Volume 3. He's awesome. He read from my copy of House of Leaves, which at the time I had not read yet. It took me a while to read this book, and at times it was very painful to do so. Other times it was hard to put it down. It's not easy to get a visible reaction from a person when reading a book, but Danielewski made me gasp audibly while reading. The amount of layers in this novel is amazing. It's hard to keep them straight, but the book is meant to be confusing. If you thought that Collected Fictions was full of mazes and the work was easily confused, this book is going to put that anthology to shame in that regard. It is obvious, though, that there is no House of Leaves without Jorge Luis Borges. Borges' obsession with mazes is the foundation upon which Danielewski wrote this novel. He even brings up Pierre Menard, author of The Quixote, which again shows the foundation of House of Leaves. The story is a fictional, non-fiction response to a fictional author's version of Don Quixote, which is exactly the same as the original. And the fake response to this non-existent work includes footnotes to other responses that also don't really exist. Sound familiar? Truant and Zappano, both going insane from this one tome, is also derivative of The King in Yellow and other stories and novels that include a book or story that drive the reader insane. It's just that the modern general American audience doesn't know these things. I lost my shit when they mentioned Pierre Menard in the Justice League TV show, which is one of two pop culture references to that story, the other being House of Leaves. Being someone who gives every work of narrative a chance, no matter its reputation or lack thereof, I'm one of the only people I know to have read all of Borges' fiction. That doesn't make me special or elite and in on the reference. It actually feels a bit isolating. So I'm glad that Danielewski builds on these ideas that have come before that get way less notice in our nation. I just want people to be aware that he didn't invent these things, and he wants his readers to know that too. That's why he brought up Pierre Menard. His book is the most intricate of all the tomes that drive a person insane, and the meta-narrative pretending to be nonfiction. Some footnotes I couldn't even find. Frankly, I'm not sure how Danielewski kept it all straight. The fact that his work ever got published in this day and age is heartwarming and shows that skill does trump readability with audiences. His work is also impossible for e-printing. You just have to buy the hard copy. Sorry. And my God, it's been so long since I've read anything not on my phone that I had such a problem finding a comfortable position. Like, how do people hold such a big and clunky object anymore? And fuck, I've got to turn the pages too? And Danielewski really throws a wrench in it when he demands that you flip the book around like it's some kind of puzzle box. This is not a Rubik's Cube made of words, sir. But really, it is. The style of some of the play he does really stretch the limit of my learning disability, such as the letter that requires that the reader form the actual words from the beginning of each word in the letter. That was a torture, but based on the content of the letter, I imagine it was meant to be. I had a professor who loved Henry James because, as she put it, each of his sentences was a puzzle to work out. I can't stand Henry James' style. I don't want understanding the work to be hard because the point of language is the clear conveyance of meaning. However, Danielewski's puzzles in this book are more fun. It could be because it is contemporary and the puzzles are varied and sometimes entirely absent, such as the point where I gasped out loud. The language can be completely obvious at times. I believe he knew exactly what he was doing and when to best do what to create the most engagement in his reader. This is probably one of my favorite contemporary works of fiction to date. Nothing comes to mind that trumps it. What did you think of Danielewski's choices? Did you think the book was a piece of master craftsmanship, or did you just think it was a big mess? Do you feel American audiences need to broaden their horizons before they say there's nothing else like this? This has been the Sunday Book Circle, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, subscribe, click that bell, leave a comment below, visit my blog at empatheticwriter.wordpress.com, and follow me on Patreon for exclusive content and a shout out on a video. Merch, 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 merch. Yeah. Check out my new shop at cafepress.com/AlexofAllTrades for all kinds of products with my face on them.